data network. In the older days, when a circuit switched network, there was less problems with the handset. Now when you're moving over to a packet switched information, which is a primarily data network, quality of handsets, because they are in effect sophisticated computers, does make a difference in terms of the consumer experience. And so that's why we're saying it's important. So I think we're on the same page. But let me just make two other points. When we talk to consumers, I think there are 2 points that happen. I heard a previous panel talk about introducing litigation, what we call consumer litigation, that's class action. I won't tell you all my points of view on class action litigation, but let me say this. A good amount of the problems that we face are because of the legal environment in which we operate. If you look at the terms and conditions, the more sophisticated and the more onerous the legal obligations, the more legalese you're going to find, because at some point, you're going to find some person wanting to haul you up before some adjudicatory process. So obviously, by definition, you're going to have to put. Now, the other point is that we haven't defined privacy adequately. So part of what I don't see over here, it's interesting, is what are the privacy rights of consumers, right? Because we don't have a privacy law in place, right? So again, 90% of the problems we see, especially in applications-oriented services, is when you go and you say, I agree, without reading one iota of language that's in there. And you've given away all of this rights, right, by signing I agree. And then you call up the operator and you say, well, why is my information going all over, and why am I getting calls from XYZ? Well, you're getting calls from XYZ because you just gave access to your whole address book to somebody by saying, I agree. So I'm saying is that these types of matters, when talking about privacy, talking about a privacy law, talking about what's required in terms of a privacy requirement for consumers, right? Having an agreement on this, and what is the expectation of the consumer, and the legal environment in which we operate will sort of, in a sense, have an impact in this level of disclosure and the parameters that we use. So we have to be very careful about this as well. Thank you.
I hate to disappoint